guys, what is up? If you haven't done so already, register for the San Jose Regional hosted by ARG and come hang out with the TheHillTwins from March 14th to the 15th for some fun in the sun.
Hey guys, what is up? We are here live today at BrothersGrim Games. You guys can see, I'm just going to show you around. Here with Chris, we got a special deck profile. Where's that lead of yours?
Goku Black.
Goku Black. This man just shy of top 16. One of the most unique decks that I've actually seen today, and that's the reason why it's deserved to be in this profile. So without further ado, we can start that deck profile.
Alright, I built this to deal with, I guess, the mecha in general, Frieza just all around. I ended up doing better what I thought my worst matchup, which was aggro, and I had a rough time with Mecha Frieza still, but it did well regardless. And to start off, we got one drop Boo. Yep. Staple in any blue deck, you know, comes in, draws a card, places himself. He does the job, that's Boo. Nothing special about him.
So we got 4 of those, right?
4, yes, sorry about that. Yeah, we have four Boos. You always want them turn 1.
Yep.
Yajirobe. I only am playing 3 of him. Wuhan was huge, just killing their 7-drop.
Yep.
I'm playing 3 of him to kind of make sure I get him, but not get too many of him. I chose Kibito Kai as my super combo over Busak Piccolo. You don't always need to have the draw. You want to go low, so I'd rather create the 20k discrepancy as opposed to drawing a card and then hoping you drew another 10k combo. You don't need to draw the cards. You have a lot of card draw on your own, so I'd rather make sure I keep a higher difference in our power. So I'm playing for him, super combo. Evil Psych Zamasu, huge card today. I never played him turn 2 because you want to charge the blue to get Goku Black's ability to be able to pay life and get an additional energy for turn, but he would come down turn 4, 5, sometimes 6, but he was always useful. He always took a hit and just sat there. Other times I would use him for various other purposes, but Potaring with him is huge. And just eating a hit, he's like another negate. Another negate. Nothing to lose with him. I'm playing 3 right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to play the 4th, because you can only keep 1 on board, which is rough. And you can't play it to replace it. The rules just, you can't play another one. So, right, unless you kill, which was later on. Terra Scythe Goku Black. He's amazing. Searches any Zamasu you want. He puts 3 attackers on board and 2 combo cards too. And the tokens can be comboed with, which is rare. It was really helpful to give a little extra pressure. Excuse me. During the turns, and sometimes just for defense, being able to just not waste real cards is huge. Time Patrol Trunks. I'm playing. Oh, sorry. I'm only playing 3 and 3 of the Zamasus and the Goku Blacks respectively. Green is rough. They're double green each. You got to be very careful with how you play your energy because you can't use his ability until you have 2 blue. So if you turn 1 blue then green, you can't do anything with that. So Time Patrol Trunks, because his ability places cards in the drop every turn at minimum, it's easy to get him out there. I'm only playing 2, only 2 right now. I'm playing only 1 Zamasu the Invincible. He's essentially a leader card in regards to attack. He just swings once and he can never die. And he can be used for Potara. I'm not sure what I want with this card, if I want more or less than him. He's good, but it's very, he doesn't do enough, he doesn't have enough impact when he enters the board. It's huge with that. 3 Kales.
Okay, this is where we get into the power of that.
So we get to start the big cards. Kale, if you can keep yourself at 3 until you have 6 or 7 energy, you can have really explosive turns with a few other cards in the deck. Kale in general is good. You know, you can use her to kill your Evil Psych, and you don't care. You got your boost to sack to him. Even a Terror Scythe token. Any of the Trunks, you're not really losing much off that because usually you've already gotten value out of him, especially him. You kill a token, you just plus on everything. Other than that, we all know Kale's a strong card, kills things, critical. There you go. But playing 3 of them, I didn't want to fit 4. It's, again, rough with the double green. Playing 3 Super Saiyan Gotenks.
Big guy.
They're huge. I mean, they're just 25k for 5, untap 2, draw card. They do what you want. They're in tandem with the next card I'm going to be showing, which is Joyful Black. Joyful Strike, Goku, Black, Rose, all 3 Judge Pro logos. Yeah. So I'm playing 3 of them because you don't want to see the 4th too much, but best thing to do, put yourself to 3. Whether you're letting attacks go through or anything like that, and use him. Followed up with the Super Saiyan Gotenks. Depending on how much energy you have, you can keep negates up or go in with a Kale or something of that nature. You can put a lot of power down in 1 turn using this. If you're high life and you have multiples of these, like if someone tries to stall you out, they're done because you're going to have just too many double strikers on board that all have 25k power. Plus you're drawing the cards out of your life. Your leader will gain double strike off of it. It's devastating here and there. These are the higher end cards. We got Twisted Justice Fuzamasu. It's good because you're either killing 2 things on board or you're ripping 2 cards out of your opponent's hand that are your choice, so they don't know what you're gonna pick. Big thing.
What does he do? Let me read it.
So when he enters, it doesn't matter if he's a Potard or not. He either takes 2 battle cards off the board and kills them, or 2 cards from your opponent's hand and discards them. So he can be used in either way you need him. He's 25k, also indestructible, so they cannot remove him. And if they don't deal with him 1 turn, he just keeps coming in. You can Batara for 5, which again is not too hard when you have a blocker that stays on board forever, and you have your Joyful Strike, your Terror Scythe, you're keeping them in. Again, you can combo later in the game. You have 6 mana, you play him with this on board, you're untapped. You play him after you swing with both of them. You get another swing in, you're removing 2 extra cards out of their hand. Late game, he's very strong. Scientist Fu, my favorite new Overwhelm card. Draw 2 for 1.
Draw 2 double strike. Not
double strike, 25k. Everything you've ever want in a card. Just does it all. I'm playing 2 Unstoppable Despair Goku Black Rosés because you can still have those back-breaking early turns. And if you just rip 3 energy from them, they're just not going to do anything. You know, and he's a triple striker, so he's extremely brutal to deal with. 30k, hard to handle. Again, Potara is not too hard because you have these guys in the early game, which again, I don't tend to play them until turn 4 or 5. Sometimes earlier, depending on if I get a really lucky turn, which I'll explain later. 2 Infinite Force Fuzamasus. Mecha Frieza likes to go to 1 all the time because they can block forever with their Great Apes or they have Flying Nimbus. You don't care because it just takes the life out when it swings. When this card attacks, you choose 1 card from their hand, from their life, from their board, a battle card from the board, and an energy, and place them at the bottom of your opponent's deck. If they're at 1, you're pretty set with this guy. And again, you have the ways to Potara into him not too hard. Fu Shrouded in Mystery. Again, a key card today. Shutting off all your opponent's negates, it turns off blocker, so they can't block through it. He's a 30k double striker. You're usually going to have to choose between this or the 10 drop in the late game, because he's still 6 energy and 10 to overwhelm. So it's a little rough. You have to be very careful with how you're overwhelming, but he can just end the game right then and there. Multiple times, super combos are turned off, negates are turned off. There's nothing they can do. We're gonna get to
our extra cards.
Extra cards, yep. Objection. In this, you kind of have to play it. Again, you hurt yourself a lot. You're going to be drawing a lot of cards. You
have the mana ramp. You
can have a detriment early on in hand size to keep yourself ahead of them. I'm only playing 3 because there's just too many times I've just drawn the last one, and turn 10. It's the last thing you need, and it's an objection. You go, well, I need a 5k, I lose. It's good. Sensu Beam. The exactly. In blue, you got
right over there.
Exactly. You got to counter. You got to untap. It does everything you want to let you continue on. It's Sensu Beam. Now the Whish's Coercion I had, but I didn't have too many negates. I did play a 4. added a 5th. Weese's Coercion's okay. It's good for being Weese's Coercion. It's a free negate. You negate, untap, negate, untap. It can help you out to just take a few hits. Final card, Mafuba. Probably my favorite card of the day. Anything they did. King Vegeta gave everyone barrier. Mafuba, it's gone. They Buhan to kill my 5k booze for a double strike. It's gone for 2 turns. Mecha GT, they try to evolve on their guy. Mafuba, can't do anything till next turn. Definitely my favorite card of the day. Helped me out against a lot of matchups.
So, guys, there you have it. This is the deck that I see you play today. This deck is absolutely sick and very, 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 very spicy. So, like always, guys, thank you, Chris, for being featured on the channel.
It was a pleasure, guys.
And like always, stay super, guys.
I blow a bag today. I don't do nothing for gas. I blow the bag today. Walk in the mall and go crazy. I blow a bag today. I buy the whip on the bed. I blow a